I wish that every day of the year could have the love that we feel on Christmas Day.
Good morning, guys. Welcome down to Tom's Journey and day 13 we are on now. God blimey, I am tired this morning. Did not sleep well last night. Reasons for that being, could not stop sniffing and also had a dramatic headache, which is unbelievably annoying. However, this morning I am sniffing a little bit, which is annoying. I do feel run down, but it hasn't got to my throat, which means it's quite good, which means I am going to try and do a little run later, which is cool. As you can see, outside, if we look outside, the snow is still there. It is just there a little bit. It must have snowed just a tiny little bit last night, which is good. I enjoy the snow, I enjoy the cold. Hopefully going to get out and do a run today. Also got that TGFU decoding to do, and then got to sort out everything else in my life because everything's just askew at the moment and needs to be sorted ASAP. So let's begin this day. Yes, I have my blue pants on. Yes, it is extremely cold and I feel like I might die in a minute, but I am walking into town. I need to go get some breakfast because there's nothing in the house. I'm going to go get some croissants because they quite fancy them at the moment. I'm digging them. Hopefully put some jam in them as well. Jam. On the way back from the breakfast mission, unfortunately no croissants, which means I can't be French today. However, I did manage to get crumpets. Crumpets, probably the most British thing we actually do. Yeah, crumpets are unbelievable. Almost like toast, but just more padded and just have everything in them. So yeah, I'm going to destroy these and then need to get some work done for you, and you need to get this interview decoded. Got a tiny bit of work done there. Now just having some lunch. I'm having some leftover calzone from last night and some salad as well. Then I'm going to chill out, do some stretching, and then I'm going to try and get a run done. Just a nice and easy, gentle, steady run. Hopefully keeping me relaxed, and fingers crossed getting rid of like this little kind of like sniffing cold thing that I've got. So hopefully it'll kind of get rid of that. Alright guys, let's sit down and have a bit of a chat. I've got my recovery drink and I've just done a steady 8 miles in about 56 minutes or so. Let's have a little chat about whether to run with a cold or not. I think first thing you have to identify is whether it is actually a cold in your nose or whether it's in your throat. Now for me, I'm not coughing at all. Like I've got like no issues with my throat at all. It's all in the nasal. So for me, like I'd class that as I can still keep running. I've just got to back off a little bit. Leading into that, that's like point number 2. Your severity of training. How hard should you train when you have a cold? Now for me, I don't feel my cold's too bad. It's not really affecting me that much, so I'm probably not going to step off the training at all. But what I might do is I might slow my recovery runs down even more, so I'm definitely getting the recovery and I'm not hitting them too hard. And then final point, and this is going to sound really stupid, and I know I'm not maybe the best athlete to mention this, but I am an okay club runner. You've got to decide how much you want it in running. Like for me, this is going to sound like kind of gay and like dead kind of stupid, but I am absolutely obsessed with running. Like running takes up the majority of my life and I love it down to an absolute T. Anybody will tell you that in my life completely. Like my mum will tell you, stepdad will tell you, and also like my girlfriend and most of my mates will tell you that running controls my entire life. Like I live my life by running. And it's basically, you've got to decide that even though you are like a little bit ill, can you keep training through it, and whether you want to keep training through it. And now for me, I want to keep training as much as possible, so that's no choice. So for me, having a little bit of nasal issues and a little bit of sneezing, a little bit of coughing, no big deal whatsoever. I'm going to crack on. But if you want to put your point across about having a cold while running, and you want to, and you think that honestly I'm an absolute idiot for training, fair play. Put it in the comments. I just want some ideas. That'll be absolutely awesome.
Back at the computer, decoding my TGFU interview. So as you can see, as the interview I did with my coach, I have notes written down the side here. Thanks for turning on Fridge and annoying my little intro there into talking about my interview. You just had to turn on to let me know that you were refrigerating. Cheers, buddy. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, so I've written notes down the side, and then in yellow it's whether it's related to TGFU, whether in red whether it's a bad thing, and green whether it's a positive thing for TGFU. So yeah, making my way through this as it goes. I've got about 5 pages of this to go, and then I need to start like converting it into what makes sense, and then finally relating it to current theory. With a little bit of pain and a little bit of graft, there it is, my half-an-hour interview, all summed up into the positives of TGFU, negatives of TGFU, and just random facts about TGFU. So, I'm pretty happy to get that out of the way finally. God, blimey, that's been the bane of my life for about 2 weeks now, but it is done. Now I've just got to relate it to current theory, and then that is that essay done.
Just waiting for the lift. I am currently nipping down to Lidl. There's a new Lidl just opened, and I'm going to go experience that as a bit of excitement to go get some snacks now, because I quite fancy some sweets. I've worked really hard today on this TGFU like interview thing. I just want it to be like really good, and it looks good at the moment. So I thought, have a little bit of a treat, have some sweets. Let's go for it, Tom. I've got me Oreos and I've got me cup of tea. Life is good now. I'm also watching today's YouTube, catching up on the people who I subscribe to. And today's been a really good day. Dead productive. Got most of my TGFU work done. Been for an 8-mile run. My cold is feeling so much better. Like I can kind of sniff now, and it's a hell of a lot more clearer. So I'm a lot more happy about that. Also guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, that'd be fantastic, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. Please check out my other videos, that'd be awesome, and a Merry Christmas.